Hi, welcome to edusecrets.com. I'm Goldi Tiwari. Today we will learn 10 basic functions of Microsoft Excel. Mastering basic functions is a must for learning Microsoft Excel. If you are new to Microsoft Excel, then this tutorial on basic functions will help you to get started right away. You can perform calculations in Excel using formula and function. The formula is when you use the address of Excel cells for calculation. For example, when you add up the values in cell A1, A2 and A3, the formula you will type in Excel will be A1 plus A2 plus A3. However, sometimes you want to perform calculations in so many cells. For example, from cell A1 to cell A100. In that case, the formula will be too long. A1 plus A2 plus A3 till A100. And it will be too difficult to enter this formula manually in Excel. Therefore, to make this task easier, Excel devised functions. A function is actually a preset formula in Excel. For instance, in this example where you want to add up from cell A1 to cell A100, you can simply use Excel's function sum, whereby by simply typing sum bracket A1 till A100, you can get the sum of all the values between the range A1 and A100 cells. This beginner's tutorial will provide you an introduction to similar 10 basic Excel functions. These functions are sum, average, count, counter, square root, trim, max, min, now, and date. While you watch this video, if you want to skip or rerun a specific function, you can just click on the timestamp in the description box. So let's get started. So here we are in Microsoft Excel. In the first column, I have mentioned the names of all the 10 functions we will be learning. Note that all of these functions will work on any version of Excel. As I mentioned earlier, if you want to jump to a specific function, then feel free to click on the timestamps I have provided in the description below. So how to use these 10 basic functions in Excel? Let's start with sum. So let us say we have some data here. So we in cell D1, let's say we have a number 4. In E1 we have another number 8. In F we have a number 6. In G we have a number 0. And we want to find the sum of these 4 numbers. So sum function will do it for us. What we have to do is we have to add an equal sign before any function we want to use. You have to remember this. Equal sign is very important. So in order to find the sum of these 4 numbers, I will use equal sign and then sum. And then I click. I'll see that sum has come as one of my option in the drop down list. I can click on that and it will open a left bracket for me. I have to just select the cells for which I want to find the sum. So from cell D1 till G1, and then I don't even need to close the bracket and I will hit enter. So this is my result. So the sum of these 4 cells, 4 plus 8 plus 6 plus 0 is 18. So this is how you use the sum function. I'm going to highlight the result so that we know that it is done. So now how do we use average function? Similar to sum function, we will use the cell where we want the output. So say here I want my average result for these four functions. I'll use the equal sign and then type AVER, and I already see the option there. I click on that option in the drop down list, and then I select the cells for which I want the average. So I want the average of 4, 8, 6 and 0, these cells, and then I hit enter. So 4.5 is the average of these four cells. So this is how we use the average function. Now let's learn how to use count function. So count function actually counts the number of cells for you which has a number in it. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 cells, and all these 4 cells have a number in it. So if I use count function here and select these 4 cells, 4 will be my answer. In order to check whether this count function works well or not, I'll also, when I highlight, I will select an empty cell also. So let's do it. So I'll use an equal sign again and then type count. I hit count and then I'm going to select an additional cell here which is empty, which does not have a number, and then I select these 4 cells which have a number, and then I hit enter. And 4 should be my answer because out of these 5 cells I have selected, only 4 of them has a number. If I hit enter, then 4 is the expected answer, and that's what I got. So count function counts the cells in which you have a number. Now count A function. So as it says count A, so count A function is actually an improvement over count function. It not only counts the cells which have a number, but also cells which have a text or a symbol. So it counts all the non-empty cells. For example, if in this cell C1 I write down my name here, so I have a cell with a text, and then I use a count A function here, so my answer should be 5 because it will count this cell also as a cell with some information, and this cell also, this as well as this and this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 of my cells are non-empty, so it should give 5 as an answer. Let's try that. So I say equals to count A, I select it from there, and then I select these and I hit enter. 5 should be the answer. So here I go. I got 5 as the answer. Let's check if count function which we previously used will do it for us or not. So it's expected that since count function only counts the cells with number, it will not count the cell with text in it which has my name. So if I do the same thing for count function, equals count and select Goldie as well as these numbers, it should yield the result only for the numbers. So it should not give me 5 as an answer because it will not consider the cell Goldie as an input. It will only consider cells with the number. So 4 should again be the answer if I use count function. So I enter and here I go. I get 4. So this is the difference between count and count A function. Now let's learn how to use SQRT function. As the name suggests, SQRT function is used to find the square root of a particular number. So for example, we already know 4 is the square of 2. So the square root of 4 is 2. So let's use it for 4. So to use square root function, it's again very simple. You have to hit equal sign and then use SQRT, select it from there and select the cells for which you want the square root. 4, I know the answer already. So 2 is the square root of 4 and then I hit enter. 2 should be my answer. So this is how you find or use SQRT function. I'm going to highlight it so that this is also done. Now let's learn how to use trim function. So trim function is very useful when you have Excel sheets with a lot of data in text form. So what it does, it actually clears all the extra spaces you have in a cell. For example, if I write my name here in this cell, Goldie, and between my first name and last name, if I put a lot of empty spaces here and then write my last name, Tiwari, it will not look very neat and clean. So what trim function will do for me, it will actually remove all the extra spaces. It will only leave me my first and last name separated by only one space. So let's try it. So equals to trim, and I select this cell for which I want to trim out the extra spaces, and I hit enter. So here you see only one space between Goldie and Tiwari. So trim function is very useful when you want to uh, trim out the extra spaces, and if you want to clean your data and you want it to look neat and more organized. So then this function is very useful. Now let's use max function. As the name suggests, max function will give you the maximum value in the range of cells you have highlighted. So as if I ask for a max value from between these cells among cell D1, E1, F1 and G1, 4860, I already know the maximum value is 8, so it should give me the output as 8. Let's try this. So I select equals and then max. I select it from drop down, and then I choose the columns for which I want to find the maximum value, and then I hit enter. 8 should be my answer. So I got 8 here. So 8 is the maximum value in the selected cells. Similarly, min function is used to find the minimum value. So we will do it again. So here we already know cell G1 has the minimum value 0, but we will do it anyway to know how to use min function. And then we do min, and then we select these 4 cells, enter, and we have 0 here. So this is how we use min function. Now there are 2 functions we have added here that will come very handy when you want to enter the dates or time in your Excel sheet. So now function will actually yield to the date and current time when I'm using the Excel sheet. So how to use now function? We will have equal sign again here, and then if I hit now, I will choose now from the list, and then if I just keep this bracket empty just like that, and I close this bracket with another parenthesis, the right parenthesis, and hit enter, it will give me today's date and time. So it's 7th of August 2020, and time now is 4 p.m. 4 p.m. 18 minutes or 16:18. So this is how you use now function. I'm going to highlight it so that it's done. And then finally the date function. As the name suggests, if you want to write down a particular date, you have to use date function. So equals, and then I write date, select the date, and as the drop down list suggests, you have to first write the year. So this is 2020, I have to type it, then separated by a comma I have to write the month. So this is August, and then separated by comma I want a day. So today is 7th. So, and then I close the bracket. Even if I don't close the bracket, it will be fine, but I'm doing that. And then I hit enter. So it will give me the date I want. So this is how we use 10 basic functions in MS Excel, Microsoft Excel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Congratulations! Now you know 10 basic functions of Microsoft Excel. Once you have mastered these functions, you can move on to our tutorials on Excel functions for intermediate learners, and afterwards to another tutorial on advanced functions in Microsoft Excel. I'm providing the link for both in the description box below. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. We would love to read your comments and suggestions in the comment section below. If you are interested in receiving similar content directly in your inbox, then please visit www.edusecrets.com and subscribe to our daily articles. Thanks for watching.